You guys loved my last VOD review and we're asking for another one, so today we're looking at a fan who's been stuck in gold for a while now. We're going to be helping them get into Plat, reviewing a match of theirs and going over things that they could improve. I will let the round play out first without any of my input, and I want you to try to find what was done incorrectly and what could be improved. As the first round plays out, make sure to subscribe and like the video as it helps me out more than you could imagine.
2 CT, KO and Sage pushing right now.
Last player standing.
104 raise.
Swarm grenade out. One enemy remaining.
Oh, nice. He flashed himself. Whoa,
As Killjoy pushes onto A with her team, her crosshair seems to sort of be wandering with no actual purpose until an enemy shows up on her screen. When the jet peeks from heaven, you can see she sort of snaps back into reality and has to quickly adjust her aim and do a lot of important adjustments in a very short time span that could have been avoided had she sort of been more present. As you get into Plat and Diamond, this will become more of an issue as most players will have a good sense of where to pre-aim their crosshair before peeking and will give you less time to react and get a good shot off. In the same round, the next issue I see with this play is that after she plants, Killjoy puts an alarm bot and a swarm grenade
2
elbow.
CT, KO and
The
Sage
main
pushing
issue
right
with
now.
how she sets up her util here is that the nade and the bot should be switched. In the orientation that they're currently in, the enemy would pass over the swarm grenade and then get detected by the bot, but would be too deep in elbow and basically on sight by the time that Killjoy has reacted, looked elbow and detonated the nade. The bot should be before the nade as to give time to set off the swarm grenade. I don't see it as too much of an issue here as she probably thought to place a swarm grenade after she had already placed the bot, but it's a good note to keep in mind in the future. I know it's a small issue that was most likely caused by not thinking of it too much, but it's still an issue that can be fixed so that even when you're not thinking about it, it's second nature to put them in the right order.
One A7. Omen's on it.
Ami.
As we can see here on round 5, our friend is eager to push into B heaven. In doing so, he's holding W with the intent to enter a firefight. Holding W while engaging in a fight is one of the worst things you can do in Valorant, and yet so many players do it. Obviously with the Spectre and other similar weapons, you have a bit of leeway with your movement, but it only builds bad habits, especially in those who don't know why they shouldn't do it. Now I'm going to be honest, sometimes I hold W, but that's only because at my rank, people aren't expecting it and aren't ready for it. I do it very rarely though, and I don't condone it unless you're very experienced, and if you were, you wouldn't be watching this video, so do not do it. Doing so makes you inaccurate, inconsistent, and a very, very easy target. And I know I'm going on and on about this, but that's how bad of an issue it is. You will never, ever see a pro holding W in a situation like this.
KO's still here. One mid. Race. One flank.
Free side.
He's getting into flank.
Omen was right there.
Placing swarm grenade.
On round 10, after rotating off of B as a team, it's safe to assume that Killjoy was not paying full attention to her screen here as her mouse isn't moving. She's probably checking her phone or talking to someone, but being absent-minded in a situation like this can prove costly. If someone had peeked A ramps, it would have been a 2v1 instead of a 3v1, most likely ending up poorly for the attackers as the Raze and Sage are not paying much attention to A ramps. A bad habit I often see is not really being present when not entry fragging. You think because you're second or third onto site that all the possible corners and angles have been cleared and that it's 100% safe to continue forward. Always check a few spots or watch an angle or two as your entry fragger could have missed somewhere or gotten timinged. Running with your knife out isn't beneficial in any way when you're not lagging behind your team trying to catch up.
There's a lot behind the right now.
Last player standing.
For this next round, it's nothing massive, just another bad habit to break. Killjoy was too eager to retake that she forgot to wait for the gun equip animation to finish before peeking stairs.
City.
I'm gonna teleport somewhere, but KO's on site.
Placing alarm bot. Last player standing.
City.
Some people might not like what I'm about to say, but it's the hard truth. If
I'm gonna
your
teleport
Raze,
somewhere, but
Reyna,
KO's
or
on site.
even Jett has their ult active, you should go before them. Why, you may ask? Well, the entry is there to get information such as enemy locations, what weapons they have, and how many are on site. So, if your Raze's main goal is to shoot a rocket at someone, it's best to know where they are, and the best way to do that, unfortunately, is to have a player go before them. I do this for my Raze,
teleport
Reyna, and
somewhere,
Jett
but
if they
KO's on
ask.
site.
I will never say no to them, and it helps to have an unselfish mindset. Even if the Raze did not have her ult active, Killjoy should have gone first. The health difference is enough. 24 versus 150 health. If there's a person with significantly lower health, that person should always go first, whether it's entering onto site or peeking when defending site. What agent they are and what abilities they have may affect that, but it differs case by case.
Just move with George. That's so funny. Oh,
Alright,
oh, he
B
has my
main,
phantom
one
now.
mid.
Swarm grenade.
Oh, we got
Swarm
spiked
grenade
on.
out.
She had a Judge, but I got my phantom.
Yeah, there's K at a Marshall. Yep, man.
One enemy remaining.
This will be man. You got
He has
spiked. You got
spike.
spiked.
After the enemy Jett kills Sage mid, Killjoy still seems very oblivious to the fact that B Heaven is open and very likely the route that Jett is going to take. She keeps standing in a spot that leaves her exposed to B Heaven. It obviously wasn't on purpose, but it goes hand in hand with what we saw on round 10, where she wasn't paying attention when pushing A site. This is an example of an unconscious habit that may be negatively affecting your gameplay, and a good example of why you should watch your own games. You'll catch a lot of stuff you don't notice in the moment. That's the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you would like to submit your own VOD for me to review, you can do so by filling out the form in the description down below. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing, like the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.